Welcome to Daily Book Insight. Today, we're diving into a phenomenon that pretty much took over the world, Rhonda Byrne's The Secret and its sequel, The Power. I mean, these books didn't just sell well. They started a massive global conversation about whether we can actually shape our own reality.
And that really gets us to the heart of it, doesn't it? Can you genuinely manifest your biggest dreams, more money, better health, the perfect partner, just by thinking about them? Is this law of attraction a real hidden secret of the universe, or is there something else going on? All right, let's get into it because this whole debate is just fascinating.
So, how did this whole thing even start? Well, it all kicked off with Rhonda Byrne, an Australian TV producer. Back in 2006, she put out The Secret, first as a film, then as a book. And wow, it wasn't just a bestseller. It became a full-blown cultural moment, getting shout-outs from people like Oprah and basically becoming a landmark in the modern self-help world. And the numbers, they're just wild. We're talking over 19 million copies in print. So you see, this wasn't some little niche idea. This was a mainstream sensation that reached tens of millions of people who are all looking for a way to make their lives better. So what's the big, revolutionary idea at the center of all this? Well, it's a concept that Byrne says isn't just a philosophy, but a fundamental law of the universe, like gravity. It's called the law of attraction. So what is it exactly? Basically, the law of attraction says that your thoughts and your feelings have a kind of magnetic power. If you think positive thoughts, you'll attract positive things. And, you guessed it, negative thoughts bring negative experiences. The main idea is super simple. Like attracts like. You're basically a walking, talking magnet pulling your reality towards you. Now, in her next book, The Power, Byrne kind of boils this all down even more. She says the engine driving this whole law is love. Love isn't just a feeling, it's the most powerful, positive force there is, the highest frequency you can put out. So here's the key takeaway. To get what you want, you have to feel this incredible sense of love and gratitude for it, like you already have it. And the process itself? It's laid out to be incredibly simple, just 3 easy steps. First, you imagine it. Get a super clear, vivid picture of what you want. Second, and this is a big one, you feel it. You have to drum up the emotions of already having that thing. And third, you receive it. Basically, trust that the universe is sorting it out for you and just be ready for it to arrive. You can see why this is so appealing, right? The idea that you're in the driver's seat of your own life. And for millions of people, this isn't just some abstract theory. They feel it's their lived reality. The whole movement is really powered by these personal stories of success, where people say, "Yep, I did this and my life changed completely." Just take a look at this story from Exley in South Africa. She says she used gratitude for the job she already had to manifest a new, better one. For believers like her, the connection is crystal clear. Feeling good led to a real-world positive result. It's these kinds of powerful, personal anecdotes that make the whole idea so compelling. And what's really interesting is seeing how people come to believe this. A recent study found that for both millennials and Gen Z, a huge influence is their social circle, their family, their friends, their culture. So it's not always just an individual thing, it gets reinforced and spreads through the people around us. Okay, so we've seen the philosophy, we've seen why millions of people love it, but now we've got to flip the coin. Because for every believer, there's a strong chorus of critics. We're talking scientists, journalists, psychologists, who argue the law of attraction is not just wrong, but maybe even dangerous. So the first big critique is the claim that it's pseudoscience. The Secret loves to use scientific-sounding words like energy, vibrations, and quantum mechanics. But critics say this is a total misuse of those terms. Physicists will tell you there is zero evidence that our thoughts have frequencies that can interact with the universe. It's what some call an illusion of knowledge, using fancy jargon to make a simple idea seem scientifically proven when it's not. And that leads to a much, much darker critique, the problem of victim blaming. Jerry Adler, in a pretty scathing review for Newsweek, pointed out the really troubling side of this. If you attract everything into your life with your thoughts, what about people who are sick or in poverty or victims of violence? This philosophy implies, kind of chillingly, that they brought it on themselves. Byrne even suggests that people used to live for centuries until they changed what they believed.
It's a logic that puts all the blame for suffering right on the victim.
Psychologists also step in here and point to a few cognitive biases, or let's call them mental traps, that are linked to this kind of magical thinking. There's something called ideas of reference, which is when you think random events are all about you. There's the illusion of control, overestimating how much you can actually influence things. And all this can lead to toxic positivity, that really unhealthy idea that you should just bottle up any negative feelings and pretend to be happy all the time. So, here we are with two totally opposite views. On one side, this huge global movement that promises you have unlimited power. On the other, some really serious criticism from science and ethics. So, where's the truth in all this? Let's see if we can find some middle ground by looking at what psychology knows actually works. And here's the thing. The idea that a positive mindset can lead to better results, that's not a secret at all. In fact, it's a well-known principle in psychology. The huge difference is the how. Psychology doesn't talk about a supernatural law. It talks about a very real-world connection between your mindset and your actions. And hey, let's go back to that study for a second. It showed that about 30% of both Gen Z and millennials believe manifestation can help them reach their goals. This kind of suggests that younger people might see it more as a practical tool for motivation, whether they believe in a cosmic law or not. So let's just lay it all out. The secret philosophy says there's a supernatural law that physically pulls things to you. But the psychological reality is that having a positive outlook, being optimistic, and visualizing your goals, well, that boosts your motivation. It makes you tougher when you face setbacks. It inspires you to take the actual, real-world steps to get what you want. The power isn't in the wish itself. It's in how that wish changes what you do. And that really leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? The success that people like Zoli feel they've had, is it because they tapped into some hidden universal law? Or is it because they used a powerful psychological toolkit, visualization, gratitude, optimism, to focus their minds, motivate their actions, and build the resilience they needed to do amazing things? Maybe the real secret isn't about attracting things out of thin air, but about finding a way of thinking that motivates you to go out and build the life you actually want. So, what's your take? Let us know. If you found this useful, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and definitely share it with your family and friends who are looking to upgrade their life. We'll see you next time.